It's the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. 8:12 in the morning, and it is a Thursday, August the 8th today. August is National Breastfeeding Month, and we have in the studio with us this morning Ashley Lichtenfels. She's a registered nurse and a certified lactation counselor at the Indiana Regional Medical Center. Our conversation with Ashley brought to you by Marcus & Mack, voted best personal injury law firm in the Best of Indiana County contest. Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. So, right off the bat, Ashley, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
It's good to have you with us
Thanks
this
for
morning.
having me.
IRMC actually operates or conducts breastfeeding classes, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Tell me about those.
So we have them every first Saturday of every month from 9 to 12, and they are fabulous. They set you up for all the things that you would need to know to start off successfully with breastfeeding. Latching, positioning, what to expect during your course of breastfeeding. The education going into breastfeeding is really important just to get yourself set up for that success, to be prepared.
When should women learn about breastfeeding? When during the course of pregnancy or
So
afterwards?
you can start learning about breastfeeding as soon as you find out you're pregnant, even before then. But the best time to learn is during your pregnancy, before you have the baby, to do all the research that you can do, just to be prepared, to feel like more prepared going into it, so that you know what to expect, so that you know all the wonderful things about it. So I would say before you have the baby would be the best time to learn.
Are there misconceptions about breastfeeding? Because you hear that some women say, no, it's just not for me. I know it's not going to be something I want to do.
Yeah, I mean, it's not for everybody. Some people just prefer to do bottle feeding, and I say that's totally fine as long as the baby is fed. But really anyone can breastfeed. There's not a lot of limitations when it comes to it. There are a few things, but most of the time you don't have to worry about those. All women can breastfeed.
I would assume that there are benefits to the baby from breastfeeding.
Oh, absolutely. So there are benefits right from the start. Obviously, the nutrition that breast milk provides, immunity boosters that it can provide. But then it also leads into early childhood. So breastfeeding can help reduce your risk of ear infections, upper respiratory infections, childhood obesity, diabetes, even can reduce the risk of SIDS.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
It truly is amazing how it sets up the baby into their, early childhood, teen years.
Has it always been known that it has those long-term benefits, or is it just things that we're finding out now?
I think it's more things that we're finding out gradually over medical research, statistics, all of those things. It's really come a long way. I mean, we've always known that breastfeeding was innate, that we were made to do it. It's easy, it's convenient. But I think the medical research has really shown it also has awesome benefits for mom. So
I was going to ask that.
It can reduce the risk of moms with getting ovarian cancer, breast cancer. It lowers your risk of cardiovascular disease, diabetes. It's wonderful for mom and baby.
Wow.
It truly is.
That's amazing.
Yes.
And of course, the classes that are operated by IRMC, those aren't the only services you offer for breastfeeding, are they?
No. So we also offer, obviously, inpatient services while you're in the hospital. I would be there to support moms after they have the baby. I even see moms before they have the baby and go in and just talk about breastfeeding, find out if they have any questions about it. So just the inpatient services that I provide to moms and families to really help them kind of navigate those early few days where breastfeeding can be the most challenging. But not only that, we've recently started an outpatient lactation clinic out at the Mahoney Medical Center in Marion Center. And I will be providing services to moms on Wednesdays from 10 to 2. They can be made by appointment through the Marion Center Medical Office, or also through myself. I have an office at the IRMC where I could troubleshoot with moms over the phone. And if we find, hey, I think maybe you'd benefit more from an in-person visit, then you can call me at the hospital and we'll arrange you an appointment out in Marion Center.
Shoot out some phone numbers for me. There.
Okay. So the Marion Center location would be 724-349-3140. And that's where you would call if you know right away that you want to see me in person in Marion Center for support. If you would want to talk over the phone first or have any questions just about breastfeeding, you would call 724-357-8187. And that would connect you right to my office phone number where you could leave a message. Sometimes it depends on the days vary of my availability, but I always return my calls as soon as I'm able to answer the voicemails.
We should explain that Ashley is not only a registered nurse, she is also a certified lactation counselor.
Yes.
How do you go about getting that certification?
So I always knew that I wanted to help moms with breastfeeding. My nursing background is primarily OB and pediatrics. I've been doing this for just over 19 years here in May. But with the passion I have for breastfeeding and helping moms and babies and families, I just really knew that that's what I wanted to do, to mainly focus on. And really it's just a matter of taking some courses and getting that certification. I had a pediatric background before this, and I got a scholarship grant through the pediatric office that I worked for. And I was able to take the class at no cost after just writing a few essays and getting the scholarship. And then I was able to pass the course and get my certification. And I'm hoping to get my certified lactation consultant, which would be the next step. Yeah.
Why is this such a passion for you?
So I just love all the wonderful things that breastfeeding provides for not only mom, for baby, but just for the family in general. And I want moms to have that support. When a mom chooses to breastfeed, I want them to have someone that they can call or talk to or come see just for anything. It can be just a minor trouble or just a question that they might have. And unfortunately, we don't always have a lot of services available for women. So I just have such a passion for it, and I just want to help the mom and the baby to be as successful as they can be.
Probably the most common thing you hear when someone has trouble with breastfeeding is that the baby just doesn't seem to take to it and can't figure it out. I hear that a lot.
Yes.
The baby can't figure out what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, so it's a learning curve, you know, especially for first-time moms who have never done it. The baby's never done it either. You know, it is innate. It's something that our body knows to do, but we have to have some room for learning. The baby has to learn, the mom has to learn, so it can come with challenges. You're right, the first couple of weeks are the hardest, and not every baby is born, you know, kind of ready to go and knowing what to do, but they can learn, and it doesn't take long, a couple weeks, a month, and they're like little pros. They're experts. They know what to do, and they love it as much as moms do.
So you can go inside baseball with us here. Are there tips and little coaching techniques that are your favorites to make it a successful thing?
Yeah. So I have a few things that I love to share. Even just if I'm talking to someone that I run into Walmart, a friend of mine who's pregnant and having a baby, and says like, "Oh, what do you want to share?" And I'm kind of crunched on time. The biggest thing is the education beforehand. Research it. If you're unable to take a class, just research. Kind of read a couple articles, read a few books about breastfeeding, kind of get yourself acclimated with what to expect for yourself and for the baby. The second thing would be nurse breastfeed as soon as possible after delivery. You know, likely within the first hour. If we breastfeed right away, we can kind of get our milk production going a lot faster. It sends a lot of signals to your brain. There's a lot of hormones involved that are released right away, and it can set you up for success with your production if you do that right away. And nurse often as you can, at least every 2 to 3 hours. We say the best thing to do is to nurse on demand. Don't watch the clock. It's more relaxed for mom. It's more relaxed for baby. And lastly, ask for help. Ask for help. If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're stressed, if things are just difficult, challenging, and you're thinking, oh, maybe a bottle would be easier. ask for help because I'm here. I can help. I will help you. I can troubleshoot almost most problems that might occur with breastfeeding, and most of them are easily fixed, maybe with some support and help.
You said something a couple of minutes ago that piqued my interest because you hear about this and you wonder, is it really true? But you said when a baby begins very soon after birth to nurse, it sort of unlocks within the mother's body all kinds of different doors.
It
and
certainly does.
It knows what to do. Isn't that amazing?
It truly is. It's truly amazing. There's so many different hormones involved with pregnancy, delivery, and with breastfeeding. And that early latch right after delivery triggers a bunch of different hormones in our body that immediately starts the process of making milk for our babies. It truly is incredible.
Wow. Wow, something else. National Breastfeeding Month. IRMC can help you with their breastfeeding classes, the other breastfeeding services. Ashley, if you could give those phone numbers again.
Sure. So the Marion Center location office number is 724-349-3140. My specific office number at IRMC is 724-357-8187.
There you go. There you go. And the breastfeeding classes you said are on the
first Saturday of every month from 9 to 12. And you can reach IRMC in the OB department to get set up for those. There's also some information on our website about them.
And if they're about to deliver, the due date is coming, now's the time to make that call.
Absolutely, yes.
Very good. Ashley Lichtenfels joining us here this morning. It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, and WCCSradio.com. Thanks for the visit.
Thank you so much for having me.
Appreciate it. It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS. Jake in the newsroom, he's coming up. It's 8:24.